Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare I will speak on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 18, and then we can continue. Is this okay?
Yeah.
This? I will not go back. Okay. I think it's okay anyway. Hare Krishna. Chaksurmitam yena tasmai srigurave Sri Chaitanya Sthapitam yena bhutale Swarupayanam Vandeham Sri Guru Shritapadam Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sarvanaragunathanitam Sajivam Sadhaitam Sadhutam Gurjan Satam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Rama Krishna Ram Sarvanarita Shri Shatam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Swami Niti Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Anam namaskritta naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayantirya Nastapaya subhadre sritam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavate uttam sloke bhakti bhakti nasti Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya 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 So we read from Bhagavad Gita
Chapter 2, text 3. Dehino. You can repeat this sloka. Dehino asmin. Yatha dehe. Komaram. Yovanam jara. Tatha. Dehantara. Praptir. Dhiras. Tatra. Namuyati. Dehinosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha dehantar praptir dhirastatra namuyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A soka person is not bewildered by such a change. Purport is quite long. Supposed to be reading? Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Since every living entity is an individual soul, each is changing his body every moment, manifesting sometimes as a child, sometimes as a youth, and sometimes as an old man. Yet the same split soul is there and does not undergo any change. The individual soul finally changes the body at death and transmigrates to another body. And since it is sure to have another body, jata siddhirgur mrityur dirvam janma mritasya cha tasmat pariharte stam sochatyam arhasi. Next birth, either material or spiritual, there was no cause for lamentation by Arjuna on account of death, neither for Bhishma nor for Drona, for whom he was so much concerned. Rather, he should rejoice for the changing bodies from old to new ones, thereby rejuvenating their energy. Such changes of body account of varieties of enjoyment or suffering according to one's work in life. So Bhishma and Drona, being noble souls, were surely going to have spiritual bodies in the next life, or at least life in heavenly bodies for superior enjoyment of material existence. So in either case, there was no cause of lamentation. Any man who has perfect knowledge of the constitution of the individual soul, the super soul, and the nature, both material and spiritual, is called a dhira, or a most sober man. Such a man is never deluded by the changes of bodies. We can wait for him. And he's reciting slow. The Mayavadi theory of oneness of the spirit soul cannot be entertained on the ground that the spirit soul cannot be cut into pieces as a fragmental portion. Such cutting into different individual souls will make the Supreme cleavable or changeable against the principles of the Supreme Souls being unchangeable. As confirmed in the Gita, the fragmental portions of the Supreme exist eternally sanatana and are called akshara, that is, they have a tendency to fall down into material nature. These fragmental portions are eternally so, and even after liberation, the individual soul remains the same fragmental. But once liberated, he lives an eternal life in bliss and knowledge with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The theory of reflection can be applied to this super soul, who is present in each and every individual body and is known as the Paramatma. He is different from the individual living entity. When the sky is reflected in water, the reflections represent both the sun and the moon and the stars also. The stars can be compared to the living entities and the sun and the moon to the Supreme Lord. The individual fragmental spirit soul is represented by Arjuna, and the Supreme Soul is the personality of God as Shri Krishna. They are not on the same level, as it will be apparent in the beginning of the 4th chapter. If Arjuna is on the same level as Krishna, and Krishna is not superior to Arjuna, then their relationship of instructor and instructor becomes meaningless. If both of them are deluded by the illusory energy Maya, then there is no need of one being the instructor and the other the instructed. Such instruction will be useless, because in the clutches of Maya, no one can be an authoritative instructor under these circumstances. it is admitted that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord, superior in position to the living entities. Arjuna, who is a forgetful soul deluded by Maya. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, this Bhagavad Gita, okay, I begin like this. That's okay. So, I explain the whole cosmology and come to the Bhagavad Gita. What's going to be speaking now? Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. If you can remember, I'll read later. Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, answers to the citing of the Lord's Bergen. Text 1, 2, and 3, and 4. There it describes the whole cosmology and why we come into this world and what makes us to come in this material creation, which is one kota, Krishna's creation, and three kota, spiritual creation. So, there's a kind of a story. Maybe you heard it from someone before. It's an analogy. So, in the beginning, as we are the constitutionally, eternally servant of the Lord, we never can become God. So, our original nature and the position to be in full of bliss, full of knowledge and eternity is the spiritual order. Spiritual order is eternal creation. That's eternal, Sanatana, that's what he said here. And we are the Sanatan, and the God is Sanatana. But this material creation which is happened is because of us. Is it true? It happened because of what?
Krishna's will.
There's one answer. That's in the second canto. That's one is Krishna's will. But why will Krishna will if we don't have a separate interest from Krishna?
Because we wanted to enjoy separately
Yes,
than Krishna.
very good answer. Krishna says, for example, I give one senior sannyasi example. Okay? There was a big auditorium, we can say auditorium. It's a vast, Krishna's spiritual world is so much, unlimited. So Krishna one day invited all the devotees. So he put them into, they were all, Krishna is on the high dais, and he says, please raise your hands if you are happy with me. And zillions and trillions, and there's no number how many devotees were there. And they have all Krishna's body, full of bliss, full of knowledge, eternally happy. In the spiritual world, there's three things happens. Sing, dance, and enjoy. Sing, dance, enjoy. Nothing more than that. You walk is dance. There is living entities that will talk to you, speak to you. Hey, you want some apple? And then they say, just think of the apple, you get the taste. Chintamani prakara sadmusu kalpa vriksa laksa vriteres surabhira vipalayantam laksmi sahastra satra samyamasya Govinda Madhipur. So, we were eternally happy there. So now the question is, why did he bring us here? That's in Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. Exactly every sequence of detail. You read that, read it again, read it again, read it again, then you understand. Ask someone. So because we had a separate, there were so many devotees who raised their hand. Just like here, right now. You do it now. Let's do a drama. When I say, do you like to stay with me? You're happy with me? The devotees who are sitting, please raise the hand. And the devotees who are sitting at the back, don't raise the hand. Okay, let's do it. How do you think? Are you happy with me?
Yes.
Yes, not everyone raising hand. If you're not raising, you're going to go to material world. Right? So this is an Asian nature, Indian nature, like this. So, and the ones who raised the hand, they are still in the spiritual world, and the ones who didn't raise the hand, envy creates from there. Envy means atheism. Atheism means denying the existence of you, Krishna, God. I want to become God. You have 16,100 wives. I also want to have them. But we cannot manage one wife. Everyone knows. Even I have a wife in the form of a gadget, computer, still I cannot manage. Somebody steal it. So like this. So, the God's position is the Supreme Person. How can we create the universe? Can you create anything? And anything we create, it's the energy of the Krishna. It's all energy of Krishna. Anything you take it, anything, even your thinking belongs to Krishna. Our body, our mind, even the soul, all belongs to Krishna because Jivara Holera Nitara Krishna Das. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhe Kabunai. Savanadi Suddha Siddha Karibda. There is nothing aside from Krishna. There is nothing separate from Krishna. So how could we think that we want to have separate interest? But Krishna says that I cannot force you to love me. Krishna controls everything of the whole creation, even including 33 million demigods. And all unlimited different universes, different Brahmas with billions of heads and different Brahmas, whatever. Of Vishnu, and creates all the incarnation forms. Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyamanatisthan Anavatar Krodh Bhuvaneshu Kentu Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Param Pumamyo Govindamadi Purusham Taham Bhajami. Krishna has unlimited forms and unlimited names, but he controls all of them. So as soon as the thought came that we want to have a separate interest, means that he cannot force. There's one thing he gave independence, which is love. You cannot force to love someone. So he controls everything, but the natural independence he gave it. You decide. He said the same thing to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. I gave this knowledge, you decide. What is that sloka? Karisa Vachana? Anyone knows? Okay, no sloka, but last Karisa Vachana. I said it, you decide whatever you want. So then he said, no, we are stubborn. So this is all his arrangement. And then his Maya Sakti, energy. Then it says in Srimad Bhagavad, 2nd canto, he makes the arrangement for us to go to hallucinative place, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a place where there is nothing, hallucination. This world is a foreign land. You're living in New Jersey. That's very nice. USA. Very good. Nice place. But it's a foreign land. It's not that India is coming as a foreign land. You stay here, it's also foreign land. You go to India, also foreign land. There's nothing is ours. Ours is in the spiritual world. Parastasmatu bhavayano vyakto vyaktat sanatan yasa sarvesu bhutesu natsyasu na vinashati. What did he say in this law? Parastasmatu bhavayano vyakto vyaktat sanatana. Sanatan, hamesha ke liye, forever. And that's the spiritual world. And we are in a reflection, shadow. We are fighting in a shadow with lust, greed, anger, envy, illusion, pride, madness. Eating, mating, defending, sleeping, we do, animals do the same thing. 8,400,000 species of life. So Krishna somehow, due to our sukriti, piety, punya, karya karan, he gave us this body. Different, sequentially evolved from different species of life. Then we are so fortunate to get back Krishna again, the same person, in the form of Bhagavad Gita and chanting Krishna. So I go back again to that. So as soon as we thought, Krishna expanded into Chaturviva. Who are they? Anirudh, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. And from there, original Narayan, and then Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksai, Shiru, Karandaksai, demigods, all the aquatics, living entities, we just all came. Just because of one mistake, not to stay with Krishna. He had to go through so many incarnations, so much creation. Still we don't want to love Krishna. How many of you want to love Krishna? That's why you're here. Isn't this beautiful? And he saw 5,000 years ago, 5,020 years ago, he came, he planned. He was not really coming. He says, who's going to go to this ditch, this dark place? So he came to, where he came? In Vrindavan, descended. But before he came, there was so much terrorized. The whole world was being terrorized. And then he planned, okay, I'll come by request of Bhumi Devi and all the demigods and Brahma, like this. So when Krishna came, you know what did he say? He says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Surrender now! Come on, let's go home. You're suffering. This is the way Krishna says, surrender now. And then he took some of them. In Spanish they say poquito. Little. Just because I've been in Spanish for 5 months now. I still didn't learn Spanish. So, hola amigo. Muchas gracias. So, एक बात बताऊँ मैं, मुझे बहुत ऐसा लगता है मैं हिंदी बोलूँ, परंतु ये अमेरिका है. I was asking same in LA. I'd like to learn Hindi. Anyway, so because everything is broken, my Hindi broken, English broken, and speaking, and it's Spanish I don't know. So, so he said, let's go. And then, some he took, some. And that's why I explained to Arjuna, Janma Karma Samidivam, Evam Yoveti Tatvataha, Taktadeham Puna Janma, Naiti Mam, Tiswa Arjuna. But he tried some of them, and Srimati Radharani and Krishna all went back. He gave 2 things to us. What are those things? He began in Vrindavan. He began actually in Vrindavan, Vasudeva Devaki, and then through all these 6 children passed, all Janmashtami, Gokul Mahavan, and then Mathura, back to Vrindavan, and from Mathura again back to Dwarka, and in Dwarka back to Hastinapur. When he went there, he left this for us. When he went to Kurukshetra, he left this. That I perform my pastimes, that's okay, but where is the knowledge, where are the instructions, what to do, what not to do? So he left this, and 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, Uddhava Gita. Right? Uddhava Gita is completely known as that. But still nobody wants to go. Still the luminaries don't want to go. And then they went back in the spiritual world. And then they're thinking, Srimati Radha and Krishna is thinking, these children are really stubborn, how to get them back here? They are like total animals, because they are with the animals. And they like to stay with animals, eating, mating, defending, sleeping. Not more than that. Then, Bade Bhag se Manustan Bhava. Bade Bhag se Manustan Bhava. Ramayana Bhavanis. Vinu Satasanga Viveka na hui. Rama Kripa Vinu Sulabhanas. Satasangati Mudha Mangala. Soi Siddhe Sabha Sadhana. Oh yes. Kali Yuga Kevala Namada. So he decided, actually Krishna says, I'm not gonna go now. It's enough. I tried my best. It's far away actually from the Goloka. There is a 6 divisions. If you see the chart, 6 divisions. Ayodhya, Gokul. And then why he gonna come here? Why he have to do something here? He already got unlimited gopis, gopas, associates, Krishna, Radharani, everyone there, Sudamai and the world. So, and imagine Brahma has to go into different universes. And every universe contains 8,400,000 species of life. Even subterranean heavenly planets as well. Just like this universe, the diameter, the one we have is 4 billion mile There is Brahma with 4 heads, and we have 14 planets. And the lowest planet is what? Anyone knows? Patal. And below Patal, 30 yojana. 1 yojana is 80 miles. So you can calculate. 30 yojana below is a Garbhodak Sagar Ocean, Garbhodak. And there Balaram is in the form of a Sesna, is holding this universe. And in 5th canto Cosmology, Srimad Bhagavatam, he says that please do Krishna Bhakti and close this universe and go back to Godhead. That's what he mentions there. So now, they decided, Srimati Radharani pushed Krishna. And they thought that how are we going to go and help them? So they finally joined into one. They planned to become, they joined into one body. And who is that? Say it loudly. You can see here. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Nam Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Sudho Nitunto Avinatam Nam Namino. So in this way, Krishna came either as Krishna or Lord Chaitanya. He demonstrated Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yasasasriya, Gyan Vairag Chaiva, Sannam Bhagaitigana. And he did it, he demonstrated it very, very supremely way. That you never doubt that Vishnu is the God, or Brahma is God, or Shiva is God, or any demigod is God. He is God. But when he had to do anything, creation or fighting or do all this situation, cosmology, that's not Gopal Krishna. Have you heard this before? You ever heard this? That Gopal Krishna, Shamsundar, never does creation. Who does that creation? You're reading the books. Vasudeva. Mathura is Vasudeva. Dwarka is Vasudeva. Hastinapur is Vasudeva. Killing Putana is Vasudeva. Agasura, Putana, Gakasura, Bakasura, Kesi. Anything to do with out of Vrindavan, inside Vrindavan. All this fighting. Krishna only does 2 things. He steal the butter, play the flute, and torture others like a child. This is his duty. Just to get them close to him. This is his duty, Gopal. But inside that Gopal there is Vasudeva. And that's the one. And when you have to kill Agasura, and Vasudeva comes out and kill Agasura. But that's Shamsundar playing flute. He's always in Vrindavan Parityaja Padam Ekam Na Gacchati. He never leaves Vrindavan. That Shamsundar Krishna never went to Mathura. He never went to Dwarka. But he was inside that Vasudeva Krishna, then Gopal was inside. I mean, it's esoteric, but just to let you know, because you are Indian background. So we come up to here, the sequence, and then he demonstrated these pastimes, like most powerful, most beautiful, most wealthiest, most, famous, and most renowned, most, wealthiest, knowledgeable. So you can see Bhagavad Gita as a knowledge, lifting Govardhan is a power, killing so many demons, and creating in 1 second, like closing eyes, opening the eyes, he created Dwarka city. Nobody did it, no one did it. And then, from his body, unlimited universe is coming in the form of Mahavishnu. It's not organized. So, after all this creation, then you can see now, as a devotee Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give a most simple, sublime method. And what is that? To attain Krishna? And what is the slope? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Kevalam, Kalo Nastyeva, 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 Gatirata. And there's another one. Kale Dos Nide Rajan, Asti Yako Mahan Guna, Kirtana Deva, Krishnasya, Mukta Sangha. That Kali Yuga is full of fault. Kali Yuga दोष से भरा है. भगवान का नाम लेने से हम तर जाएंगे. So this one, and plus iti sotasak nam kali kalmas nasnam nata parataro upay sarva vedeshu dirishyate. You go and see in all the scriptures, there is nothing more important than chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is also spoken by, what is that person? Tulsidas. Tulsidas? What did he say? Kali Yuga Tarana Paya. In Tulsidas Ramayana. Ena koi Ram Bhajan Ramani Dohi. And then he says, Kali Yuga Keval Namadhara Sumir Sumir Narapavitra Upaya. And Krishna also says to Arjuna, Tasmat Sarvesu Kale Sumamanis Sumara Yuddhacha. You keep fighting, but remember me. So now, from the beginning, Krishna is trying to tell her that Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehe, that we are the soul, not the body. How many of you already feel that I am the soul, not the body? How many of you feel that you are the soul? Just be honest. For me, 30, 35 years, I am still attached to everything. Okay, well, though I am attached, right? But still I have to know, I have to have a knowledge theoretically that I am the soul. But when I chant japa, I don't see the soul. Does anyone see the soul? There is a soul, there is a super soul, and the super soul is listening, I have to be attentive. It's not easy. That's called realization. So here he says that although Bhishma, Arjuna, Krishna says, hey Arjun, kill Bhishma Pitama. And he said, kill Dronacharya, and kill your families. What's the problem? And Krishna says, how can they my family? And Arjuna was crying. And Krishna says that same, Tasmat Sarvesu Kalesu. This is a duty. If Krishna says, kill this goat or chicken or cow, and if we kill, there's no sin. But he doesn't say in Bhagavad Gita, he says what? Pattaram puspam phalam toyam. He does not say goatam or chickenam or cow or horsam or sheepam or something like that. If he say like this, or how you say, whatever people consume. So we say, or fish now, he doesn't say, or egam. So he said that Pattaram Puspam. So that's what we have to tell here, people in America. We can take Bhagavad Gita. Excuse me, sir. I show you what the Lord says to consume. And nicely say, this is what he says, not all these things. And generally, I think more statistically, people are becoming vegan and vegetarian now, which is very good for you to make them devotee. So now, this that Krishna wants us to know, the first chapter 2 Bhagavad Gita, that we are trying to know that we are the soul, and everything starts from there. When we know that we are Jivara, Hurera, Krishna, Nityadas, we are the soul. What is the activity of the soul? To always serve Krishna. All the time, 24/7. That's American saying, right? 24/7. You go to bed, you go to work, you take bath, whatever. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Or Kirtan, whatever. Always think of Krishna. How can I save? How can I open the temple? How can I preach? How can I chant my japa? Where is my Kirtan? If you have a family, discuss Krishna with them. This is called Smarana. Okay, how much time I have? So let's finish the purport. And then here he says that, Krishna says that you kill, don't worry, because you don't have to worry, I already killed them. Because you kill only the body, not the soul. Na jayate miryate va kada chinnayam bhutava bhavita na bhuyojuna sasoto yam purano na hanate hane mane sarire. The soul, never, you cannot kill soul. That's eternal, full of bliss, full of knowledge. Imagine that's what we are, the soul. We are so fortunate that we are the soul existing. Otherwise, if we were nothing, void, what would have happened? The time, the material nature, the Lord, the Jiva is eternal, but the karma is not eternal. So let's do nice karma. Let's do the karma where we can come to the stage of mode of goodness. That's what devotional service means, mode of goodness, like we doing right now. In Tamogun, Rajogun, we cannot much understand devotional cultivation. So the mercy goes away when we kill and we torture someone else, no harmony. And when we take intoxication, and then we lose the austerity and illicit connections, cleanness, and what else? Truthfulness. What was the truthfulness when you are not truthful?
Gambling.
No, when you are not truthful, what it destroys?
Integrity.
There's something cleanness from illicit, intoxication, tapasya, austerity. There's 4 of them. And you and I 4. So, that's why Bhagavad Gita, whole complete, is a detail of understanding that what we should do with what we not should do. But Krishna says simply, okay, how many of you think it's very difficult for you to read daily Bhagavad Gita? According to work in your business. Please tell me. Can you sit like this? Like this? You're from India. Sit like this. You are the one who taught everyone in the world. Whole world is doing yoga because of you. Sit like this. Do some Kapal Bhati. Chalo. Try say, karo. हम योगा स्टूडियो में ऐसे ही करते हैं बच्चों. Mostly they come, the university students and yoga students. Then you can sit properly because it's a nice like this. That's so that. भागवतम क्लास एक स्थान है जहाँ हम तुरंत सो जाते हैं. अगर आपको सोना है तो ISKCON के भागवत कथा में आइए. और जपा दो समय. मंगल आरती आइए, जपा टाइम सोते हैं. अगर गंभीरता से सोना है तो जपा के समय और श्रीमद् भागवतम के समय. It's the best time to sleep. Sometimes purposely people go to that time to chant japa. I have one like old lady friend. He says, Prabhu, best time I sleep when I put Prabhupada, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So I said, what do you do? She said, he says, best time. I says, good, at least you are hearing Prabhupada chanting and you are sleeping. If you die, it's very nice. Try, when you are about to die, try this one. Yes, at least, nobody there to chant, just put Prabhupada, and you, although you can, if you die like this, very good. Next time you can see Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, hey, what happened? Because I put your kirtan just before I was dying. In London, is a story when I tell in the classes. When the people die, because they accumulated so much karma by exploiting the whole planet. So when the people die, they almost rot and stinks. Generally not, but mostly. So, I want to say something. My former wife was a doctor. So she said that when they asked the lady, what is your God, whom you love, because this is your final wish? And the lady says, my God is dog. And they bring the dog in the hospital. And the dog goes, oh, 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 oh. And the lady goes, oh, and the dog goes, oh, and she dies. Then what she becomes? Dog. So we have to be careful not to be attached to anything in New Jersey. If you have a cat, dog, parrot, whatever. Okay, now I want to tell some small story. You know Bhagavad Gita, I don't have to explain so much. You may know this. Once upon a time there was a king, I will do fast. He had 5 wives in Bharat, where he come from. He had 5 queens and they were the most beautiful ladies on this planet. And the king was number 1 rascal, but he was very honest in his duty. He was neat, gambling, illicit, everything he was doing, even he used to make his soldiers to be killed. So he never took the name of God. But one day he came and told his queens, he says, your 5 queens, that's okay. But I'm still not satisfied. I need something higher, something more taste. And the lady says, you got a whole kingdom. You got everything with you. billions of girls and billions of opulence and so much. What you want more? And he start drinking. Take alcohol. And then lady says, okay, up to you. As far as you are our husband, you do whatever you like. So he says, can I have a girlfriend? So that's the sixth one. So 5 and the sixth is a girlfriend. 5, chaste wife, sixth is a girlfriend. So they said, and he said, then he want to Valentine now. He want to meet and give flowers. So in his garden, there were vast garden with so much roses, flowers, huge. It's like there were flowers in the morning you go for that, but there's some other flowers. They were roses. So he took 3 flowers to his girlfriend, and while he was going, the girlfriend was living in the bush just nearby his house. So while he was coming, in India it's like a small creek. What do you call this? Hindi में क्या बोलते हो? पतली सी होती है. So there was a wood, the broken wood. So he was crossing and the wood broke, the bridge. And one of the flower fell in the water. And the water was really, current was very strong. And the roses went, just gone. And this is for her girlfriend, gift. And that's the first day he says that, oh, flower went there, what can I do? This is my flower, I want to get it back. And he said, never mind, Govinda Namo. He gave it to Govinda. That's the first time he chanted the holy name. And then he went to the next one, another rose fell. He was really crying this time. Again he cannot do anything, so he says Govinda Namo. So how many times he said? And the third one, oh boy, I just want to get it here. I'm not going to lose it, this one. So he put it in his chest and covered everything. This is for her. And he was really, really old. Very old. So he bring it and he met her, the lady. When the lady came, as soon as he came to the lady, and he gave her flowers, 1 flower was left, 1 flower left. And then he began to give his greatest philosophy of romance. This is why I came here. And the lady replied, the first thing was Bhagavad Gita philosophy, complete. Because the lady was prostitute. That was her girlfriend. And the lady says, why do you come here? You have a nice wife, family, kingdom. I have thousands of husbands. What you want to do with me? And he says, no, just I want to be with you. So he gave the flowers, he heard the philosophy a little bit, and then he died on her lap. And immediately Yamaraj came. No, Yamadut? Yamaraj sent Yamadut. And they took him up there. And then Yamaraj says that Chitragupta, please check his karma. How much sinful activities he has done and how good karma. Punya kari and papa. And then Chitragupta says, my dear sir, the whole book is full. There is no space. There is no one small dot. If you see, statistically, the country where I come from, Fiji, in the map, you cannot see because it's a dot. It's a small paradise island. So he says, Chitragupta, it is there. You have to check. Some should be there. Chitragupta went over. Prabhuji, you sit like this, then you know sit. Sit like this. Nice devotee. So Chitragupta says, no. Yamaraj says, something must be there. Then Yamaraj picked the book. And he saw very minute, small dot, like a white. And then he told this person, he was excited. He says, do you know that you have 10 minutes to go to heaven? And lifetime hell. So which one you choose? First you want to go suffer your karma and finish your karma, go back to Devaloka? Or you want to go first 10 minutes? No, I want to enjoy because the tendency was there. Just like the tendency to enjoy. So I want to go. Then he gave him a beautiful body. So beautiful, handsome, big man, demigod's body. And he called Indra, email, text, or whatever. Viber, WhatsApp, whatever. He said, hello, there is one person from the material world. He's coming here. He got 10 minutes to enjoy. But 10 minutes in the demigod plane is very high, long. So he says, give him some time for enjoyment. I'm telling you very fast. It finishes here. So when he arrived there, and Indra welcomed this person, according to Yamaraj, and he bring thousands of most beautiful heavenly demigods women, single. And so beautiful that I don't want to say that if they come here in this world, we cannot even look at them. Our face will be devastated. So because they're huge, they're big, they're beautiful, everything big in the heavenly, big person, big everything. So they all came in the fest, and thousands of ladies in the ascendant, and the place where he came was a vast, very vast garden of roses. And those rose flowers, it smells in entire heaven. Whole heaven, the rose smell, fragrance is coming from, in the heaven is a fragrance, not here, it stinks. Right? In heaven, it smells. Every demigod enjoy smell of the flowers from Indra's garden. But garden is very big, Indra Loka is very big. Because he's the king of heaven. So smell goes everywhere. So he says to the first lady, hello, this is my program. I came here to do romance in heaven. Let's do it. And then the lady, the person asked, the first lady, please can you bring the scissors? You know what is scissors? Scissors. कैंची. कैंची क्या करोगे? ये तो प्रेम करने का समय है. ये कैंची बीच में क्यों आ गया? And he said that the ladies go like this, all of them. He says, what is this guy doing? He's so handsome and so charming and so powerful. And then the lady bring this, the scissors. And the lady bring the scissors, and there the scissors is not like these small material or scissors. Very big lady, everything big. So he took the scissors and began chopping every single roses and chanting Govindaya Namo, Govindaya Namo, Govindaya Namo, Govinda, constant chanting the Mahamantra, this Govindaya Namo, this holy name. While he was chanting, he went to almost the kota, a lot of flowers he chopped, and he fell dead. He fell dead there. And from his body, a beautiful Vishnu form appeared, and in the sky there was an airship, the flower ship came with 4 people doing arati, and the person lifted from the material world, from this, because the dignity of the demigods or the higher people will not touch the earth. So he flew up there, and he sat in that airplane and did bye-bye to the ladies and went back to spiritual world. You heard this story? I know you heard it, but in different version. You hear Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj classes? No? Or Gopal, Gaur Gopal Prabhu? No? Maybe they say this. This is many singers speak, but in a different version. I may be a little wrong. So what was the main, why this sinful person can, and now here Indra is waiting. He called, this Yamaraj. He called Indra, what happened? Where is the person? He said, this man is going up there, up, in spiritual world. He will not going to come to hell. He escaped the whole hell. Because this is what Prabhupada wants us to do. The chanting is so powerful. I'm trying to establish that how powerful the holy name is. So that's why even whatever condition we have to chant Hare Krishna or Govinda or whatever. So now the question is, what in this journey, which place where he really got the mercy to go back to Godhead? The first one, creek, the second creek, or the Govinda Namo in the chopping the flowers?
First flower.
Who is saying first one? Quickly, who is getting time? Raise your hand. Okay, who is saying the second one? Anyone? Who is saying the third one? So no one is saying the second and third one, and the answer is there, these two. One of them.
Third one, last one.
Yes, second one. Why? Because first one, he don't want to surrender. He just said it Govinda without any. But second one, when he was just like Ajamil, he didn't intend to think of Vishnu, but he was thinking of, oh my God, my girlfriend's flower, I don't want to lose it. And because he was very stressed, and very small semblance of thought of whoever the Govinda is, maybe I'll just have a slight favorable mood for that Govinda, and that was surrender. And then Govinda, click, immediately gave him that blessing. A most sinful person can chant inattentively Govinda and went back to God. This is all philosophy. Dehina Asminyatha Dehi, which I read, is all about to talk about holy name. Because this is what we're not talking about. Sometimes you say, Prabhu, I have a family, I have a house, I have a job, I have a car. Okay, that's okay. But Sarva Dharman Parityaja Nam Ekam Saranam Bhaja. You know who is that Nam? Krishna. Nam Nami. We have to surrender to holy name. Please raise a hand as my brothers and sisters and friends and family. How many of you have an altar at home? Altar, like puja place. Should be everyone who come in here. Little bit you have, right? Some, poquito, small. So we all have to have, and whoever do not have, I will come and sell that house. And I will sell that house and get all the money and open a big temple here. Are you ready? So we have to have an altar in the house so they can do what? You can do what? Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, Murti Seva, and Mathuravas. So you don't have to run around whole 7 days where you go, you come Sunday here, other days you do at home. Is it not good? Good? ठीक है? अच्छा है? जोर से बोलो क्या हुआ? भगवान के कार्य में ताकत होना चाहिए ना, शक्ति। काम करते हैं, कितने बिजनेस करते हैं, इतना तेजी से जाते हैं। अब भगवान के लिए सो गया। अब भगवान ये सब काम दिया हमको, नौकरी, घर, सब जितना घर द्वार से उसी से आया। तो इसे नहीं करना। बोलिए, कौन से बोलिए? हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण, हरे कृष्ण, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे हरे, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, राम राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे हरे। अच्छा, अब फिर से बोलिए, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे हरे, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, हरे राम, राम राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे हरे। That is important to do. What are they doing? That running is important, or is a part of a program?
The class is over and they are coming down.
But from long time they come down. So it will be benefited if the children hear the Bhagavatam, if it benefited if the children hear the Katha. Because the nature of the children is to play, which is innocent, but at the same time to listen. So how many more minutes we have? Yes. Questions? Yes. There is so many stories. We can be here till 5 days. Lot of stories. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's story, but this trip, no. That's not. Okay, please go ahead and discuss something more. For questions, and we'll finish. ये तो आप सब समझ गया, इसीलिए क्वेश्चन नहीं आते। ये तो कुछ ही नहीं समझा। दूसरे के लिए पूछिए।
Hare Krishna, thank you. Prabhu, so the third time the cutting, was that not for Govinda? When he was chanting with the scissors?
All the time. All the Govinda, all the time. Because you don't know any other mantra when Govinda.
But the flowers were not for Govinda.
No, the first and second proceed him to chant the last one. Because he got the piety, sukriti, power from first and second. So the third one, Krishna says, no, this business will put you into down. Because he was just about to enjoy the ladies. Then Krishna came because he was chanting more, Govinda, 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 Govinda. Then he got sung, full holy name, like Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And Krishna said, hey, what happened? I'm here, let's go home. So that's what he did. He was saying Govinda, Govinda, and Govinda was there. Yes, Prabhu, precisely. Questions? Some ladies, Mataji's Prabhu should be there.
Prabhuji, this question, actually I would like to hear from you how we can answer this. People say...
If you put the mic here, you can speak nicely.
Yeah, sure. So, Lord Krishna said that once you come back to spiritual world, you never come back. And
Very
then,
nice question.
And then the devotee says, okay, then I was at spiritual world, then how come I come back? So, could you please...
so he said, when you were there, you never come down. And then the next part?
So Lord Krishna is saying that when you come back to me, you never come back. So
Yeah.
that means you say it's kind of a conflicting, isn't it? Like so many.
But then why we here?
Yeah.
Or once we go, we never come back.
So that means you say when I go back,
Huh?
then I never come back.
Yeah, but no one comes. That's when you know. When we go back, he will not give that consciousness that there is something existing material world. Krishna will give you, there will be the spiritual body. The spiritual body does not think that there is a material creation. The spiritual body has no knowledge, anything to do with material. They don't know what is material. So once we go back, we'll have a spiritual body. That means you are back to your position situated. But the time when we came, that time we wanted to enjoy separate. And then as soon, you know what do you mean by material world? Separately enjoy from Krishna means material world. Then he has to create material world. According to our mind, he created the world. Okay, you want to become God? Go and become little God for your family, your company, your country, Donald Trump or whatever. So we like to control on them. Everyone knows that we like to control. Either you are a man, woman, child, creature, animal, anything. We like to control. That's why we like family, house, car, property. Controlling. We Spanish people say like this. So when the day we stop becoming controller, like Srila Radhanath Maharaj says, come in your ghutne, knees, and say, Krishna, please control me. Complete control me. Then he will take you back to God. This is one answer. And he says to Arjuna, Siparam bhavato dharmatma sasvat shanti nigacchati kaunte pradjanahi name bhakta pranashati. You will never perish. Once you come back, finish. Janma karma chame. That's why, very important, I beg you, my brothers and sisters, please, dear devotees, that go very detailed in Krishna's pastimes, lila. Then when we die, makes easy to Krishna. We will not come back. You want to come back? Do you have to do something in New York or some other business? Or you want to build another building next to Donald Trump? Or you want to become maybe a king that time? And that's what we are, many devotee ones. Prabhupada says most of us are going to heaven because you don't want to go out of this material world. It's taking bad, getting old disease and die constantly. You want to die next life? Old disease? Eat, make, defend and sleep. Animal life. If we continue doing in this world, we are also animals. Dopag pasu manus, dopag manus pasu sama. Okay, please let me know. Is Olga or someone else? Talk to the Prabhuji. Any Mataji's? Keep it here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, offer me patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yeah.
So he never said offer me milk, So because I was talking to somebody who is vegan and he said, you should be vegan, you should give up milk and milk products, all the dairy products.
So you should write Bhagavad Gita and write it milk.
So that's what his argument was.
You write a Bhagavad Gita and write it milk. And he says some cookies, write some cookies, some anything, Karela or any sabji, you can write it. Okay, give the answer. The people who don't want to take only Krishna's those words and expand it, vegetables, milk, grains, everything, and then Prabhupada wrote 1,000 times in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and places where he says humans should consume grains, milk. This is what Nanda Baba did. he didn't write it there, but it's in other books, Bhagavad Gita, and I think some other places in Bhagavad Gita. So intelligent means we have to understand that much only Krishna gives. So from there you expand, milk, everything. So you should understand, you explain him, that he just gives, these small points, that these are the major things. From there you take anything which is affordable to Krishna. And he is the one who is stealing butter, you tell him. And he was the one drinking milk. He used to fight with his mother for milk. He says, come here, otherwise we'll break the pot. And all about milk program. All his eating was in Vrindavan, milk program. So you can explain it. You have to be enough intelligent that people will argue for nonsense, for nothing. Just like I said, Prabhu, chant Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, I will chant. Chant Hare Krishna. Tomorrow start. But tomorrow never comes. Duplicity. So if you say do it, if you cannot do it, say maybe next life, try something like that. So this is the way people will argue with so many things. They will tell this, that. But please, if you see some people like this, stay away with them. Give them some prasadam. And just say Hare Krishna and go. Gradually they'll become devotee by prasadam. But if someone understands, then he will understand the philosophy. It's a very important question, very likable question. I like this.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone else? Agitate the audience? हिंदी में पूछिए. Ask some. Let our Prabhuji ask something for everyone. Because few points he has to make for us to keep coming here. From my request, ask him to ask some question. Ask something for general.
I have a question.
Yeah, okay.
In this story you said that
Because it's very near to me.
yes, in this story you said that the third time when the person reaches to the Swargalok, right? So where did he get that intelligence that he should chant Govinda Namo Namo? How did he get that intelligence?
Because he's chanting Govinda, so Govinda is giving him intelligence.
Okay.
Because he chanted Govinda, so now Govinda is dealing with it. Not Yamaraj dealing, not Indra dealing, not the lady is dealing. It's Govinda looking after his path back to Godhead. We have to know that. So always keep Krishna in center. When everyone lands in America, USA think that USA, this territory, which is North America, is only America. But Central and South America is also America. So when you think that everything, when you have a wisdom that everything is done by Krishna, the Lord, you're a happy person. Exciting, ecstasy. That's called ecstasy. People say, why you are so happy? What happened? I have Krishna. Is it not? How many of you know how to smile? Do you know how to smile? You know what is a smile? Smile, please. First you smile. If you cannot do it, you just laugh, right? That's what I do in a yoga studio, because they will come and sit like just like a yogi, 60,000 sitting there. So we have to smile because we are with Krishna, happy. Okay, anyone last question? We finished? Prabhu, give him just something. I'm waiting for him. Because I need some relations. I'm a person, I'm very friendly. I like a friendly. That's the way I travel around the world.
Hare Krishna. So my question is, there are many Bhagavad Gitas, and
640.
we can just pick up the Bhagavad Gita and read and understand. Why do we need somebody's translations and purports, and why do we need a guru to explain this? Why can't we reach Krishna directly?
That's why I ask it as a question. This is for everyone. And this is not for everyone, this is for your friends who you're going to meet. Now in your job, you're going to meet them. 640 Bhagavad Gita, that's the statistic I know, has been translated, but none of the Bhagavad Gita made one single devotee who can be free from meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. In whole now, since Prabhupada started, 1960s till now, no one become devotee like this ISKCON Krishna's devotee. If they become devotee, they become vegetarian, whatever, but not like ISKCON style. So the answer is, here is the answer. Shall I wait for the children? Okay, children, sit down and don't think about prasadam right now for 1 minute. Yeah, we will eat together because I want to eat with you. I want to sit and eat with you. So the answer is that Krishna says 1 plus 1. What is the answer, children?
2.
And Prabhupada did it too. He wrote in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this, Prabhupada write it. Krishna says this, Prabhupada write it. And you know who dictated? When Prabhupada writing, who dictated? No, who dictated from Prabhupada's heart? Someone dictated, hey, Prabhupada, write like this, write like this. Krishna. Prabhupada says, my books is written through Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, Krishna dictated. This is the way. And Prabhupada is pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. Why will he interpret? So Prabhupada's book, just as soon as you just see and become a devotee, because it's Krishna. All 640 Bhagavad Gita is no Krishna, zero Krishna. But this one is direct Krishna. Krishna's body, Krishna's face, Krishna's lotus feet, form. So that's why this book works. So please read Bhagavad Gita as it is. And every Bhagavad Gita you have, I am not telling you to burn it or throw it. It's a Bhagavad Gita. Respect that Bhagavad Gita, but make this Bhagavad Gita the leading one and follow this Bhagavad Gita. Other Bhagavad Gitas have a motivation, interpretation, and false ego from a person who wrote it. So you want to choose that person who wrote the Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme God or Krishna as the Supreme God. So Prabhupada gave the book, Bhagavad Gita, read this. And you become devotee. I think I give the answer, Prabhupada? Yeah. And emphasize people more to read A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada की उसका गीता पढ़िए, वो complete है और जो भगवान ने बोला 46 मिनट के अंदर अर्जुन को समझाया महाभारत में, उसी तरह से उसमें डाला हुआ है. Because this is not different from Krishna. Finish? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.